I love my girlfriend. I'm totally fine with dudes jacking off to pictures of her on the internet. If you are upset by me admitting this, listen the fuck up. I love my girl so fucking bad. I let her squeeze her tits for 50 cents. I don't get mad. I just have some mommy issues. She has problems with her dad. So I grabbed a box of tissue, say hello there, Mr. And oh man, I'm totally familiar with masturbation from dudes who are fascinated by cam whores living with a cancer patient. The shit's pretty basic. You just gotta fucking embrace it and be the man of the house. For example, listen to this shit I'm facing. No more kissing without first asking for permission. Ian, get yo bitch ass in that kitchen. Ian, listen, Ian. She's always on OnlyFans, so I bought a gold subscription so I can see how much of her pussy, tits, and ass I'm missing. Oh my gosh, I love my girl so fucking bad. But why she spread her legs and take this dick inside of her bed? What the fuck? You know what? I've seen enough of that crap. Time to file a DMCA. Hey, just call me mundane mad. Huh, damn, bitch. Look at all of this damage. OnlyFans, bitch. Catch my bitch on Only fucking fans. Drop your pants, bitch. Scoop your dick inside your fucking hands. Quick, I cups give not a shit. You nut over his stupid bitch. OnlyFans, hit the switch. Grab your wallet. Click, click, click. Get the camera. Click, click, click. Out come the dick pics. I respect the tricks. Love my bitch. Much respect. All she's doing is showing her tits, so dudes out there can lick your smartphone, lick your laptop, lick your fingers. Yeah, it figures that she licks this nigger's black cock. Ian, ain't you meant to be some kind of cop? Cause from what I'm seeing, you ain't protecting fucking jack squat. So for the next content cop, my girl kiss inside of a cup, and I'll drink it up like a good little cop. Yummy, delicious, mommy. I love my bitch, but she's gotta earn her own fucking money. Yeah, I'll give you a kiss. Now take everything from me, being a pathetic. It's not easy, but as long as she's charging me for that puss, my girl will never leave me. Think I'm lying? Don't believe me? Not sure she enjoys being with a fucking half-blind, bald-headed faggot in a beanie. Yes, I could probably learn a thing or two from leafy fag, like when it's time to fuck off permanently. Cause all I do is repeat. If you got a weak chin, get the fuck out of that ring. I'll leave the bitch everything. Go to the store and buy a ring. God damn, bitch, look at all this damage. OnlyFans, bitch. Catch my bitch on Only fucking fans. Drop your pants, bitch. Scoop your dick inside your fucking hands. Quick, eye cups gives not a shit. You nut over his stupid bitch. OnlyFans, hit the switch. Grab your wallet, click, click, click. Get the camera, click, click, click. Out come the dick pics. I respect the tricks, pay the price. Respect, all she does is show her tits, so dudes out there can jizz. And I don't mind. Because, quite frankly, I'm a fucking degenerate piece of shit. I don't care.
Ian, I-Dub, you are beta!
Identification confirmed. Welcome back, Captain Turbo.
Give me a status report.
Certainly. Since we last spoke, I have identified several weaknesses in the target. You will be working with the biggest faggots in the known galaxy. Your primary mission is to take down Ethan Ralph. You must not fail.
Hey, guess who's back with the gay ops optics? Matt with the cockless style. You guys walk with hot shit, hot check all the boxes. Engage the cuck switch, boot up the block lists. Guess it's time for me to be deemed Ralph sticking his wee in fairly legal team. So assemble a team, we gotta scream kill into the grease mobile. Let's make Ethan scream. We're really headed for the win, son. With gay Optimus Prime, we gotta win, son. So let's see if we can dig some shit up. And if we can't, fuck it, invent some. Look at this child, so innocent, kid's gone missing, and dad's probably out of his mind. Are you listening? Big bad Ralph's looking out. We're fucking meth-headed kids to be jizzing in that fucking sham of a marriage. No kids was the last woman damaged. There's loads of college kids up on campus that you can trap and drag back to the mattress. The old Matt wouldn't have this. Let Matt give you some practical tactics. Send her to me, just like magic. Watch her come back with a sack full of black kids. How are you keeping them silent? With a punch to the eyelid or with a knife like I did? Welcome to Club Biden. If it ain't got no training wheels, we ain't riding. Now the takedowns are getting faster. Man, I never thought the student would become the master. Caught a lot of flack because I flagged down Fatsmith, but bitch, you got more fucking flags than an atlas.
Please stand by. Block list low.
So this little spick Dom may put you on the block list, but can't do it better than me. I heard this motherfucker, you think Ralph wants to fuck little kids, but he can't do it better than me. Nowadays, everyone is a false flagging fag, and it's tragic that even if you're on some gay op shit, I'm on some gay op shit. No, buddy, you'll never do it better than me. Damn it, I want my baby back ribs, baby back pussy, and baby back tits. But her dad wants his baby back quick, so maybe quit it, you fat fucking idiot. If it's between a fat pill popping baker sipping hick who just doesn't know when he's beat, choose the pretentious fag who's only a talent being able to spray the fuck out of his cheeks. But Matt, would you date 18-year-old? No, not unless she's got a 4-year-old bro. Not unless she can produce a GoPro and we can go home and film with no clothes. If that's the case, then we'll split the load. Could that be the reason you randomly phone? If church is to me what college is to you, I pour gasoline and then leave all the clues. Morsky, I'm just letting you know that the CP you own, you got no right to show. That shit's my fucking copyright, you know? Sounds like you want another Noxin fight, you ho. Yeah, you're out of luck now, cause it's cool to be the cuck now. Ain't nobody give a flying fuck now. Man, fuck that wheelchair shit, dog. Your man's got a truck now. And pesos, what the fuck happened to you? And how the fuck did you become such a tool? Guess your true color's starting to show through. And it's the color of a Jew. So this little spick Dom may put you on the block list, but can't do it better than me. I heard this motherfucker, you think Ralph wants to fuck little kids, but he can't do it better than me. Nowadays, everyone is a false flagging fag, and it's tragic. You open your mouth and you had it. We're all on our own gay op shit. No, buddy, you'll never do it better than me. Maybe she ain't no better than me. No, she ain't no better than me. Bastard. Maybe she ain't no better than me. No, she ain't no better than me. No, guess what? She ain't no better than me. No, she ain't no better than me. Even if you're on some gay op shit, I'm on some gay op shit. No, buddy, you'll never do it better than me.
I am detecting.
Welcome back, everybody, to Crows of Judgment. I hear what some. What was your name? Mr. Ty Ironclaw. I don't think that I don't believe that I think this is the first time you're watching our stream. We'll probably play the Alex Jones music if I need to take another hit tonight. But for now, let's talk about what's been going on, because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm feeling like it's just one of those nights where I just want to sit around and play Pokemon. No, just talk to you guys and laugh about a few things. As you can see, I have a bunch of tabs open of shit that we're going to be going over. So actually, let's do this really quick. Because I don't. I was like, let me try to adjust it, but can't get it to tab on the exact window. And there we go. Yeah, see, that looks nicer. Okay, so now you can't see how many fucking zillion tabs I have open at the same time. Anyways, I do want to talk. Okay, I hear that if you put her name in the title of your streamer video, that it gets you like flagged, which like not flagged like you get reported, but more like it gets you like deranked or something. I know that Hug and Yellow Flash and everybody are saying how they're getting like instantly demonetized when they talk about the trial and shit. But I do want to talk a little bit about the Amber Heard stuff. We'll get into it later. But it is, to me, I think it's still pretty interesting how everything's been going on. But the big story for me tonight is the stuff that's been going on Twitter. So here, let's talk about it. So I want to be clear with everybody. Like, there have been no changes to the platform that have actually been announced. Like, yeah, Elon Musk has said freedom of speech and shit like that, but like, it's not like he's outright stated what he plans to do beyond like authenticate all humans, defeat the spam bots, and bring back free speech or some shit. Like, it's very vague in terms of like what actual policies he's going to implement. Yeah, PSA. This is Taylor Lorenz. Okay, so this bitch is hilarious. So like 4 or 5 weeks ago, she puts out she didn't put it out. She was the subject of this I think it was an MSNBC story talking about how female journalists are harassed and shit like that. And like it was hilarious because she's hamming it up a little bit. But it was really funny because, she's 37 years old, and in the story it said like 1 in 3 women 35 years or younger face harassment online. And I'm like, bro, like nobody's bringing up her age. Well, I'm sure some people are bringing up her age and calling her old to like fuck with her. But like, it's just funny, right? Like, I mean, it's just legitimately like hilarious. Anyways, so she talks about like online harassment and how posting anything public or anything about somebody online can lead to harassment, shit like that. And then I think it was last week, she puts out a story in the Washington Post where she doxes the account holder of the Libs of TikTok Twitter account, right? That's the account that reposts TikTok videos from like insane teachers and shit. And she posts her name and she posts like her business license, which I guess also provides a link to her physical address. And I mean, like, this is basically the type of person we're dealing with. This is who is upset about the stuff going on with Elon Musk purchasing Twitter, and like stuff can still happen. I believe that you're gonna see the federal government fuck with this deal in any way that they can, because they're, I mean, like, just they've already like announced that they're gonna have a Ministry of Truth essentially. So I'm just saying, the soonest the deal can happen is something like half a year. I like highly doubt it gets done in half a year. But the thing is, there's already been changes to the platform. So what's been happening? Okay, so like they announced that they're going to make this deal with Elon Musk. It means Elon Musk not only owns the company, he owns everything, right? So he's going to own all the algorithms, everything. So like conservatives and like most people who are like just somewhat honest will acknowledge that there's something wonky on Twitter with how it parses out information to people. And I mean, like, I don't know any other way to say it than that. They're denying that that is a thing. And I'm like, well, if Elon Musk owns the company, then he can see if that's true or false. But now here's the interesting thing. Like a day after they said that they were making this deal with Elon Musk, all of these like accounts that were previously banned, all of a sudden got unbanned. And like a bunch of like right-wing accounts are gaining a ton of followers. Like we're talking like a rapid influx of followers. And I'm like, okay, it's probably all the people that were banned getting access to their accounts again, I would imagine. But like some of the numbers are just like wicked fucking high. So like I don't know if that really accounts for everything. But I'm just like, it's interesting that even though Elon Musk literally does not own the company right now, even though he's announced no policy changes, even though Twitter has announced no policy changes, like within a day of this deal going down, all of this shit's happening. It's like something clearly is funky within Twitter. Like something's like really fucking rotten within that company. And I think that they don't want anyone to know what's going on, like what's under the hood. And so like I guess this okay, look, do I have the meme image of her? try to find it. Yeah, but fuck Taylor Lorenz, she's a bitch. The Memology 101. Oh, okay, hold on. Before I move on to the one thing. Memology 101 got his Twitter account back. And yeah, he said the same thing. It's not a coincidence that my account got reinstated just as Elon Musk is taking over. The activist devs working at Twitter are hiding the censorship toolkit before Elon's people take a look. Just look at how many people got their accounts back today alone. I mean, it's like 100% true. It all happened within like a day. That's the crazy thing. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Having fun. That way we have something fun. Okay. So yeah, no, like this is okay. What do you guys think? Actually, let me see. Can I do a poll for you guys? Maybe that would help me out. Do you think that Twitter right now is manipulating their code, their algorithms? And do you think that they're, because okay, something's going on, right? Like, do you think that they're doing it intentionally? Do you think that it's just like all coincidental? Here, let me God. Okay, hold on. I have to. You guys don't see like a bunch of stupid shit on the screen at the same time. Go into here, here, and I'm just gonna make a quick Twitter poll or quick Twitter poll. Quick poll for the stream. Think user. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to put that. Because like, okay, so like there have been changes to Twitter. Like even the stuff that's being recommended to people is off. Like it's weird. Like you can't state that like nothing's happening. Wait, do they have the starter up? Water and fighting? Well, I'm gonna take a look. Big coincidence. Big coincidence will be one. And the other one will be covering up evidence. Okay, there we go. If you can help me out with this, I'm genuinely curious what the results are for it. Because Elon, fuck dude. Because like it's look at okay, so like when it comes to Taylor Lorenz, right? She's over here. Like first off, the things that she's saying here, it's not true, right? I just gotta like make that clear for everybody. If you post it publicly to Twitter, you can't retroactively put out a statement later and go, oh, now it's a private company, so now the fact that I already made it public is no longer like, what the fuck are you like? I swear this woman, it's all like, it gotta be like all just like one giant fucking joke, right? Like it's gotta be all just like one giant joke. Or just not. I have no other explanation than truthfully, she's a fucking treasure. So I thought this exchange was interesting about this whole thing. The bullying is not leadership. Like they're like really bitching about the guy. And I mean, like, dude, don't get me wrong. I've heard the stories about why he's a dick and everything, but it's like this the most genuine criticism that I've heard of him is like, oh well, you know, he's how do I say it? It's something like he tried to pay off some kid by giving him a free Tesla if he stopped running a Twitter account which was like tracking Elon Musk's private flights. I go like, okay, well, I he's paying the kid off, right? Like, what do you want me to say? I'm sure it's not the best thing to do, but at the same time, um, like, what the fuck? Like, we're really like that. We're making such a big deal about it. Like that's not that big of a deal, honestly. If he tried to like get the kid's account banned, then yeah, okay, we have something to talk about. Like, but he went to the kid and tried to pay him off. Like, what do you want? What do you want me to say? He's rich, okay? He tried to do things the way a rich person would, but like nothing malicious or evil. And I don't think he did anything after the kid turned him down. Like just to be clear. And the other thing is that he called a journalist the P word, and I think it was a journalist. Maybe it was somebody else. And like, dude, that's wrong 100%. He shouldn't do it. But like, he also tried to like pay off somebody to write an article to call the guy a pedophile. So I'm like, oh my god, okay, that's actually really bad. If that's true, because I don't know if I had the story. But like, but like, it sounded like extremely fucked up. It sounded extremely. DG Evan, thank you for the tip. Taylor Lorenz is Dean in drag. God damn. Like my chat went out. Like, no, I need my chat back. Okay, there we go. That's easier. Okay, so I'll be clear. This whole thing about Twitter being politically neutral, I don't think it's ever going to be possible for them to like, in terms of removing all types of political bias. I don't think it's ever going to be possible. Because and you kind of have to acknowledge the situation where somebody on the left, right, could make a fake account, get a bunch of other people on the left to make a fake account. Let's just talk about being malicious. And post like Nazi shit, right? And then start spreading it around and taking screenshots so that some asshole can write an article about it. Or you have like a legitimate like white nationalist show up and say like overtly like racist shit, right? Just like some heinous ass shit directed at somebody, and you know they'll write articles about it and they'll run to Google, they'll run to the App Store. Actually, see if I can try and find it. I had it pulled up earlier. You know that guy, the white guy who was pretending to be a black guy. That one. I don't know what is it. I don't know who his account is. Really annoying. Spelling is spell his the proper. So this guy over here, This was like the funniest shit, right? So he tells everybody that he's going to be like disabling his account because Elon Musk bought Twitter, and then people start making fun of him for deactivating his account, and then he comes back and says that he deactivated it because he was getting hateful messages and shit. And I'm like, bro, this is just ridiculous, man. That's I mean, like, that's not, what's that, like, not taking an L? But no, it's absolutely fucking asinine. But I thought it was funny, right? At its root, Elon Musk wanting to purchase Twitter is not about left versus right. It's about white power. The man was raised in apartheid by a white nationalist. He's upset that Twitter won't allow white nationalists to target. Yeah, get this out of the way. To target, harass people. That's his definition of free speech. I don't know, like, why they always make that shit up, right? Like, everything that they say is always like, oh, they want to target, harass people. They want to, like, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's fucking weird. But I think it's fucking ridiculous. This guy, like, he activates his account, tells people he's gonna deactivate his account, and turns around and yeah. And I think it's like, when I went through his Twitter, and as you can see on here, like, I'm scrolled down for a little bit, right? Stuff on here is still pretty fucking recent. Like, when they say that they're gonna, like, leave Twitter, it's like, this is 6 hours ago, right? Look at all the shit doing, right? When they say that they're going to leave the platform, they're not going to the platform. They can't. Like, they're addicted to it. And I get it, because, like, low-key, I'm kind of addicted to it too, right? It's fun to shit on people. It's fun to get into stupid arguments with people. We shouldn't. We all know we shouldn't. Doesn't mean we don't. Does not mean that we don't. But anyways, I think that it's interesting, right? Yeah, Sean King deleted his account. Yeah. I think it's interesting that what you see people on the right asking for, no joke, it's, hey, like, have fair treatment, right? Can we have just, like, fair treatment? We see on the left freaking out about is that people on the right will no longer be censored and kicked off of the platform. I'm like, that's like a good thing. That seems like a good thing. But the stuff with Sean King was hilarious. And he put over here. I'm like, how is the guy, like, not embarrassed that he said he was going to, he deactivates, and then he came back because people were making fun of him, and then he turned around and said he only did it because he was being harassed. Like, and now he's, like, pretending like he never said that he was going to deactivate his account. I'm just a little confused. I think it's just embarrassing. But this was the other thing I thought was kind of weird. The whole True Social shit. Like, I think it's a garbage app. Like, I think most other apps that try to compete with Twitter generally can't. And the large part of that, because most politicians, major corporations, etc., they're all located on Twitter. All, like, mainstream media outlets are, like, located on Twitter. Like, no joke, right? I exactly what, but sometimes it's easy. Oh yeah, fucking YouTube, right? I think YouTube is, like, the best example for this. it's easier to get support from Twitter, from YouTube on Twitter than it is on the actual YouTube platform. The YouTube Creator Studio will not do shit to get you in touch with anyone at Twitter or at YouTube. You basically you have to you have to go to Twitter, tag YouTube, and get a bunch of other people to tag YouTube at the same time about your problem, and then YouTube will help you out, right? But like if you use YouTube's Creator Studio tool, there's no way of actually getting in touch with someone at YouTube. It will give you an email address, but the email only gives you generic replies, and I've never seen them actually respond to anything that I put into one of them. So to me, it's like, the reason why I think a lot of these other social media platforms that try to compete with Twitter have that problem is that, realistically, if you want the access to all these different people and where the conversations are, it's just not on things like Minds.com. Through Social, the big thing about that, the main selling point, was that Donald Trump was going to be like using the platform because it's his platform, but then the guy's never actually on it. So I think he said he's not going to come back to Twitter, even though Elon Musk is buying it, even if he gets unbanned. But I'm like, let's be honest, it's Donald Trump, right? He's going to go to where he can talk to the most people because he's like a fucking narcissist. So like, I mean, I think it's interesting what's going on. I think it's all a good thing. I think it's just going to take a long time. Now, one thing that I will say though is, okay, I want to talk about this guy. SJW Spider-Man. Didn't this cat dox and harass people in years? So I don't know who was running the SJW Spider-Man account, but like this guy is. You talk about like harassing people. This dude non-stop would harass people, but he harassed the right people, so that made it okay on the platform. Honestly, if I had to say realistically, I think SJW Spider-Man, I think him leaving is 100% that he thinks that Elon Musk is going to come in, take over, and he's going to bring back something stupid like that, right? But either way, if changes are enacted on the platform, SJW Spider-Man literally cannot exist on the platform. Assuming that one of the changes that's made is that of the rules that they have regarding harassment, like legitimate harassment, that like there will be actual enforcement, and it will not just be one-sided and fucking as to what's considered. Like shit SJW Spider-Man does or did no longer is I would say it's beyond fucking childish. It gets to like creepy fucking stalker. Okay. So thought this was sorry. I'm eating in the meantime because again I have like a limit on history and make food, and being a diabetic you kind of have to make other people suffer with you. So this is in the past day alone, stories about 12 teachers and other school personnel committing sex crimes upon children. So like say here, in the past day alone, news stories about 50 teachers and other school personnel sex crime. This is just 2 days ago. Breaking: Goshen, Ohio school board president resigns after trying to meet with 11-year-old girl. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, that was in Indianapolis? Oh, the predator catchers were. I live in India. Holy shit. And I've already been doxxed.
Goshen local school board resigned today, facing accusations other district leaders call deeply disturbing. Thanks so much for joining us for WCP.
To a town in northeast Indiana to meet an 11-year-old, but instead was confronted by a group of specialized volunteers, and the whole thing was caught on camera.
People trust you with their children.
Okay, so they have all. Okay, so here's the thing when it comes to like the predator catchers and everything. If you want to support them, I try not to promote it until I actually look into it, only because a lot of the ones that I see wind up being like, no joke, they wind up being awful. But like, they did bust this guy and he's been fired, so like at least you have that. I don't know if the cops are involved beyond that. I said fired. I know they said resigned, but to be honest, he was told that he better fucking work. Realistically, but he is a big. Yeah, well, he is. Okay, but like, thing is, I'm not gonna sit there and go like, oh my goodness, that's proof that all of these teachers are totally trying to groom your kids and shit. To me, all it really means is anytime there is going to be a profession that involves working with children, generally speaking, that's where I would say that a fucking pedo or a groomer would more than likely want to go be at. It doesn't mean that you go ahead and suspect everyone there, but I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, you gotta be, like, realistic. I mean, I doubt pedophiles want to go work with, like, I doubt they want to be, like, well, I was gonna say jam. Maybe. I doubt that they want to do, like, I doubt that they want to be, farmers, right? I doubt that they want to go work on a farm, right? Like, I doubt anybody actually wants to go work on a farm, honestly. But, like, you know what I mean? I think that if they have a choice, they'd probably want to go be near their prey, which would be children. So, I mean, to hear that there's been like 15 busts, I say that's like a really good thing, but like, this is shit. Oh, I was just reading this. I don't really care about this story. It's what, from like 2 days ago or some shit, and it's shit. This whole thing, this $6 billion. Someone at the United Nations had said something like, $6 billion would help solve world hunger, like that. And so Elon Musk turns around and goes like, okay, I'll give $6 billion if you can explain to me how that's going to end world hunger. And they literally were like, I forget the exact person that did, but I know that they were like someone with the United Nations. And it was like, oh, well, you have to understand that, you know, we need that money so that we can do these other things, and then eventually, and it's like, well, okay, so $6 billion really wouldn't do shit. But I saw that, I was like, and here's the best part. Here's the executive summary of the UN's plan for how they would spend the money. Like, the plan, to my understanding, is like annually. Annually, Elon Musk would give them $6 billion, and they would use that money. It's really fucking stupid. Okay, so The Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. I think Elon should buy YouTube. I'm pretty sure YouTube has not YouTube itself, but like Google has substantially more money than Musk does. You have to understand is like Elon Musk is like the richest man in the world, but there are still corporations, and those are in like some of them are worth substantially more than Elon Musk is, obviously. But if he could, that would be awesome. It would. I don't think it would ever. Not unless Google finally like gave up on YouTube entirely. And hey, maybe something does occur with what's been going on. It would be interesting. But can you testify to whether or not Amber Heard was a victim of domestic violence based on her investigation? She was not. Amber Heard's team just got burned by their own question. They expected no and got a she was not. Like this trial has been like a complete show. And I think that like was it maybe Yellow Flash or Tug? One of them had posted an article or posted a video talking about an article. We're talking about like men's rights activism, shit like that, and like not in a positive way, right? Very kind of oh well, you know, he's been abused, but like look at the people that are supporting him and look at why they're supporting him. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Like, first off, a woman openly admits to beating him. On many occasions, Amber Heard admitted in tape conversations to beating Johnny Depp. There's this whole thing about how, well, Johnny Depp said he did it to himself. Johnny Depp had his finger cut off. And he told the doctor, after his finger got cut off, that Amber Heard was the one that did it to him. He told other people that he had did it to himself because he didn't want to say to people that Amber Heard, his wife at the time, cut his finger off. I would say likely probably protect her reputation, but it's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. What's this? Alejandro Rivera, the star of the trial, has joined. Okay, shall we go? Oh shit. Okay, so like this was wild. This guy. This is during his fucking testimony. Motherfucker is vaping. It's fucking great. Like it's fucking great. He's doing like a Zoom testimony, and the motherfucker's vaping. It's fucking awesome. God, okay, hold on. Is there audio of that shit?
Side research, we'll see you at 2 o'clock, okay? Thank you.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh god, that was actually pretty fucking great. If Nope was the person. The judge definitely goes home and pours herself a makeup. Like, holy shit. Okay, so this trial has been fucking This trial has been fucking nuts. Like, here's the thing. It's a very serious subject. Alright. Hold on, what to say? Sorry, let me just have the mic a little bit closer to me. That should help. Like it's to me, it's just fucking hilarious, and I do want to talk about like the this whole trial and give my thoughts on it. It's interesting to me that we have people that, how do I say it? Johnny Depp, there's no evidence that he abused Amber Heard. Like there's literally none. The best they have, I guess you could say, is Amber Heard, when she said that Johnny Depp had hit her, he didn't deny it. He just instead chose to call her a fat ass. That seems to be what they're hanging their hats on. I think that that's just alarmingly stupid. Especially when one of the things that they have on audio of Amber Heard is her kind of mocking Johnny Depp for not choosing to get into physical confrontations with her. I'm like, okay, so if you have, if you have the woman herself getting pissed off that Johnny Depp won't fight her, you have her admitting to hitting him more than once. Just about everybody like watching the trial seems to acknowledge that yes, she did beat him. Yes, she is unhinged. But like, there are still people that support this woman. She's still gainfully employed. I mean, like I've heard like who is, I think, Flash and Tug, or maybe the Doomcock guy, or one of those other channels. Anyways, like I've heard that maybe Amber Heard's gonna get dropped, right? Maybe, but like, little too fucking late. I mean, holy shit! Why is it taking that long for these people to make any fucking decision on Amber Heard? Why is Johnny Depp fired from everything when there's literally no evidence to support any of it? I don't think that there's a rational explanation for any of it. I really don't. I think it's just, that's, they sided with her to begin with, and now it's now when all the stuff is coming out and people are looking over the evidence, it's like, okay, so there is no evidence. Okay, wait. So Amber Heard, she did what in Depp's bed? She took a giant, massive shit, and then she tried to blame these cute little dogs for it. Like, the woman is just a fucking monster. Just an absolute fucking monster. I'm like totally out of order on these. Sorry. Hey, so this is the Twitter woman who was on the Joe Rogan podcast with Jack Dorsey, and they were talking to Tim Pool and of course Joe Rogan, and this is essentially what happened during the podcast. Here's an example of Twitter's left-wing bias. We will have to take the context into consideration. Twitter's interpretation of the context is affected by their left-wing bias. I would need to see an example of that, and then you go around in this giant circle. Like, if you guys have never seen that Joe Rogan episode, I think it got like just like an insane amount of views. And this woman here, she's supposedly, I guess she cried when they were revealing that Elon Musk was indeed buying the company. And I'm like, she's awful. Like she's blatantly fucking awful. She was on Joe Rogan's podcast and like overtly fucking lied about their policies and shit. But like, I get that that's what she's gonna do because the stuff Twitter's doing seems to be blatantly fucking damnable. But yeah, I mean, I look forward to bad people losing their jobs. I mean, I guess that's fair. I think. James Wood's back. This is nuts because I remember he got 2.4 million followers. I don't remember it being high, but I could be wrong. internal Slack messages show Twitter employees melting down over buyout. Yeah. What is this? We're all going through the 5 stages of grief and cycles, and everyone's nerves are frazzled. That's I was like, oh wait, are you gonna show me the tweets? What is this? Stars at Twitter continued, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Oh my god, my phone's been blowing up. We have a meeting about it at 5 p.m. The CEO is going to address everyone about it. I hate him. Why does he even want this? They asked. The employee continued, regarding Elon. I feel like he's this petulant little boy and that he's doing this to troll. He doesn't know anything about our policies and what we do. His statement about our algo was fucking insane. We're just gotta let everyone run amok? Nobody knows. Like, that's interesting. Here's the note Twitter CEO just sent employees. Twitter board has announced it has entered into an agreement for Twitter to be acquired by a private entity fully owned and controlled by Elon Musk. I know this is a significant change and you're likely processing what this means for you in Twitter's future. I'll be gathering the company together at 2 p.m. Pacific with you directly at yada. I've also invited our chairman of the board, Brett Taylor, join us. See you there. Always #. Yeah, you can see Red. He's freaking out. I think a lot of people on Twitter are probably gonna lose their jobs because what was it? They did this. They tracked political donations. And I guess there was this chart, and it's like going by these like major tech companies, and Twitter is like I think the third. I don't believe it's the second. I'm pretty sure it's the third. It's like the third company on there in terms of most donations to Democratic Party, and they're like 98 of their employees only donate to Democrats, and I'm like, you know, they're not going to be happy with anything that causes them to lose just like an ounce of power. So, all right. So, let me get the John Swan tipster call pulled up. We'll go ahead and listen to it.
Hey y'all, I'm
Oh, sorry. Pulling up YouTube so I can go ahead and find that video. Okay, here.
Hey dude, I just want to kind of clear some things up. I have DMs that I want to show you because I think I don't know. There was some things said on that stream that I didn't actually watch it. I got a call from someone else about some family shit, so I had to tune out for a second. And then Nick had to give me the fucking rundown of what happened. But if we go up here to the very top. I have information on someone that you used to be friends with. I need advice. I don't know if I got groomed or fucking used. It's so weird. I hope I can get some advice. I talked to A-Star, recommended I get advice. I want this to remain private, not to anyone. Do you know Cam I just want to know tell you about what he possibly did to me. I was friends with him. He sexted me for weeks. Is this legit? I can't imagine Cam doing something like that. I'm so sorry this happened to you. This is really shitty. And I asked her for proof. I'll speak to them, trust and friends, and tell you about that. Don't say anything publicly. Where is it? Just other shit that's important.
It is like me when I don't get stuff ready for the stream ahead of time. I'm like sitting there going like, oh, just give me a second, just reading through this. Like you heard me doing this like nonstop tonight. But I'm like, it's funny to me. It is really funny to me that we're seeing John Swan do what I've just been fucking doing.
More unimportant stuff. Only you can make the decision, of course. Google Drive. I'll take a look later. All right.
At any point that you tell her that she should go public, or did she come to that conclusion on her own?
Conclusion on her own, because I heard in the interim, because I hadn't DM'd her for a few days, I was not very involved, as you can see. There's just gaps here. I was told by the others that she told them she wanted to go public. I heard you want to go public.
Okay, so the problem with everything John Swan's saying here is, again, people that were involved in this with him have completely sold him out. More than likely to shift all blame over to John Swan, because again, I think he is mostly responsible for a lot of this shit as it was happening. But other people are at the same time too. With what was being done to Cammy. But John Swan, it's like his way of like shifting all responsibility was to deny any involvement and then slowly turn it to, okay, look, I only made some edits, spelling mistakes, shit like that. And then you go over and you see his actual changes, and it's like he completely removed one of her paragraphs, rewrote it, and inserted accusations about Cammy that are not stated by the girl, and then he like adds in another part where he re-references the same bullshit claim that he was adding into. It's just fucking, it's nuts to me, absolutely nuts to me.
I want to. I never implanted anything into her mind that said, go public with this. It was only shit that she told other people. She said, I want to go public. And so
what
that was the end.
What about when you told Destiny you didn't want to cancel this guy? I'm looking at your Twitter timeline, and there's a lot of like signal boosting this stuff and a lot of gloating about what's happening to him. I don't know about you, but that seems like you wanted to cancel this guy.
I wonder if Tipster's gonna bring up that John Swan was not only doing that, but that he was making preemptive memes to post about Cammy when Cammy's reputation was being destroyed. Fortunately, that part didn't happen, but like this guy was planning the entire thing out.
I don't remember what I said. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, your whole timeline is like signal boosting, like memes about this shit and everything. Like, this seems very much like a coordinated attempt to cancel this guy.
I'm kind of confused. My whole timeline is a.
Okay.
I made one meme about it. Like that was it. I don't even think I signal boosted anything else. I think I just tweeted the meme. I think that was it. Like I'm looking now and I don't see anything. So
yeah, I don't know.
I ended up deleting that as well. I don't know. That was literally it.
Like with all the shit you've been involved in before, that you haven't really learned anything. I think my biggest issue with you is you seem to act on impulse when it comes to this stuff, rather than taking some time to like think it through. Because this was a colossal fuck up. This is a colossal fuck up.
I'm gonna be honest about the involvement.
See, it hurts because I know Tipster doesn't like me, but I will acknowledge, like, there are times when he doesn't like act like a complete fucking moron, and this would be one of them.
That I had in this was so extremely minimal, and the reason that it was so minimal is because I didn't want to fuck up something like this again. That's the reason I didn't want any involvement. I gave this to other people so they could do with it what they wanted. Yeah. I didn't want involvement. That was the entire thing. That's why I didn't write the document. I agreed that I'd like edit little parts of it if they wanted me to edit little parts of it. That was all that I ever did in regards to that. I didn't have anything in relation to like
You told Destiny
No,
you weren't involved in the.
I wasn't involved with the writing of the
But
document.
you're
No,
telling me that you did some editing and stuff, so you were involved.
Oh wow. I wasn't involved. Okay, I was involved. Okay, I did some editing. Like, is he gonna have another conversation with Tipster after this shit and just go like, okay, so yes, I did write 2 full paragraphs of my own bullshit for the doc, but that was it. It was just 2 paragraphs. It was just 2 paragraphs.
Involved.
I wasn't involved with the writing of the document. When it was all written and all done, I like went and literally like little bits that they were like, they sent me little bits and were like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this?
So
and
you
I was just
were
like,
involved. That's involved.
I went back and I clarified with him on that. So I don't know. It was a miswording a little bit on my part. I don't know. Listen,
guys. See, here's the thing about miswording. You can't do it, but this asshole, he gets to do it. But you know what I mean, right? Like the idea that any of what he said was misworded, to me it just seems like absolute like fucking bullshit. But you let me know if you think I'm wrong.
I don't want people to try and twist my words here, okay? When I say that I was not involved with the writing of the document, I mean that I was not involved with the writing of the document. I did not write the document. I came in afterwards, after it was written, and what I did in terms of editing was nothing that would have changed the substance of the document. Everything that would have been before and after would have been exactly the same with or without me there. It's just aesthetic changes purely. Grammar, spelling, shit like that. Nothing integral to the document. So no, I didn't have anything to do with writing the document. That's not true. I did not write the document at all. I didn't write a word.
I guess it comes up to a difference of opinion because that sounds like you were involved to me. Maybe you didn't write the initial draft, but you were involved in the creation of the document.
It is such a small, minuscule degree.
I mean,
yeah. The thing is, if it's such a small, minuscule degree, you know what I mean, right? Like, because I mean, here's the thing: when he said such a small, minuscule degree, we already know he's lying. Again, all the evidence already come out. But like when he says it like that, I'm just like, what do you mean? Frustrating. Absolutely frustrating.
I disagree. I respectfully disagree.
How? If they sent me like 3 things
you're
that are
reviewing
like,
this thing and you're making changes to the thing. They're asking you for your opinion on this thing, and you're making changes as you see fit. You were involved in the creation of this document.
I'm sorry, but like the amount that I was involved was so incredibly small. I'm sorry.
I respectfully
and there was a
disagree.
reason that it was so incredibly small.
I'm sorry. I respectfully disagree.
I don't know how.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that yeah, based on what you showed me, that it looks like you weren't part of like trying to convince them to come forward, but you were involved in the creation of the document, 100%.
All right, let's say that I was. I don't agree with that, but let's just say that I was.
I like how he's just like, okay, well, let's just say that I was. Let's figure out how I can defend myself now. Fucking idiot. Like, it's already been blown for him, but let's see. It's cute that he's still trying.
Okay, I did all of this under the assumption that I was helping someone out, because that is what they told me. They told me that this stuff had happened, and then I heard from Matt and Emma that they had confided in them other things about, manipulation, taking advantage of them, etc., etc. Like, that's what I heard, and that's what I ran with, because that's what I was told. But now, obviously, they've changed their mind on that. But that is what I was told. That's what I ran with. That's the reason I said that. That's the reason I got them in touch with the other people. Like, that is the reason. I only had the best intentions. It was never about a clout thing or getting back at anyone. It was for the best.
I mean, I know
intentions.
it wasn't a clout thing because like this guy's smaller than you, isn't he? It's like,
Yeah,
how's it gonna be a clout thing? I mean, of course not. But I mean, I have been told that you didn't like this guy. And be honest, you didn't like this guy, right?
I didn't really.
That's a definite. He didn't like that guy. Like, holy shit, dude! You can't answer. Okay, generally speaking, if you can't answer it, you can't go like a yes or no. Usually it means I fucking hated his guts. But see, again, he knows if he says, "Oh yeah, I didn't like him," it would look bad when he's trying to say that. Look, there's nothing there.
I just found it kind of annoying. I don't think it really extended beyond that. He really didn't like me.
So if I see screenshots of you shitting on this guy, that you don't like this guy, then I'm not gonna find that, right? That's not gonna happen.
I don't think you will find anything of that sort.
Okay.
I don't believe that. If anything,
Granted,
it's just me
to
calling
be
him
fair,
annoying or cringe or
to be
something.
fair, I don't do commentary anymore, so I'm not gonna do any digging. But I mean, like, if this comes my way, then it's like, okay, well, I mean, he lied again.
That's fine. If there's anything, it's gonna be me calling him annoying or cringe because that's all I ever thought he was. It wasn't a genuine hatred for him. Definitely not. There was no reason to. He hadn't done anything to me. That wasn't the.
I mean, there have been a lot of people that John Swan fucked over that hadn't actually done anything to him, but normally I would say it's a fair argument. Normally.
But I knew him. Like, I used to talk to him on and off in servers and stuff, and that's kind of the reason it was so shocking. Because it was obviously... I even told Liz in the DMs, like, are you sure this is him? Like, are you sure? Like, I can't imagine him ever doing anything like this. Because I didn't. I never thought he'd be able to do anything like that. But I guess I was kind of wrong in that respect. That's what's kind of shocked me, I guess.
So, when you kind of like, they wrote the document and then like you kind of like, they asked you for your advice on it.
Yeah.
And you kind of like chimed in with your advice and you said you did like some editing of it where you felt like it would help.
Yeah. Very minimal, but yeah,
okay.
it's yeah.
So but there was editing done, correct? On your part? So when you say in this post on Twitter, I did not write a word of that document, you're being dishonest.
I clarified in the tweet, just literally just directing him. I don't know. That was kind of worded a bit shit, but like, I didn't write a word of the original. Like the actual meat and potatoes, I didn't write a word of that. Like that's.
I like how he slowly inches it up, right? Like originally it was I had no involvement. Then it was I had small involvement. Okay, now it's like, okay, look, I was involved in the meat and potatoes accusation. I didn't come up with the claim myself. But like everything else, okay. But like, is that really the same thing? Is that really the same thing? Like, what the fuck, man? This guy's such a fucking. I keep saying he's a scumbag fucking weasel, but I mean I don't know if those words are strong.
Shit that matters. I didn't write a word off. Like clearly, like you know what I'm trying to say, right? It doesn't like I didn't write a word.
I'm going to be
anything that matters on this.
I'm going to be honest with you. This seems carefully worded in a way to deliberately save your own skin. Which I understand considering all the shit you've been through, but dude, like you shouldn't even been in this situation in the first place.
Dude, I don't even know how my name got brought up when I wasn't even involved. That's the thing.
Other than you and like you don't
when he wasn't even involved. Again, he's like flat out lying to Tipster. And again, Tubby Wubby can take care of himself, but like, god damn, like Tipster's coming to him as a friend. He's just like lie. It's all I can do is just keep on lying. Like, how frustrating must he be? Must it be for him? You just like every day wake up and just like lie. I can't imagine that's fun. Sounds like ass.
You don't have to name the people, but other than you, who was the oldest person involved in this situation?
Same age as me.
Same age as you. Okay.
Yeah.
So you and this other person were the adults in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Although I didn't really check in. I just let them do whatever. Like I didn't want involvement. I thought it was fucked up. And that's why I gave them the information. But I didn't check in. I didn't go in and like change things in the middle. I didn't help them write it. Like anything that was significant, I did not have any involvement. Any edits I made were aesthetic purely. It was nothing meat and potatoes.
Okay.
That's what I mean when I say I didn't write a word of it. Because I really didn't. Like, I didn't write anything.
Okay. I mean,
making small changes is like, yeah, okay, you can make the argument, okay, worded it poorly, okay, cool. I didn't write.
Okay, so like, if you add in 2 paragraphs, and one of those paragraphs, you're making up an accusation that the girl has never said, and in the other paragraph, you're referencing your same original accusation. It's like, God, it's like when fucking comic book pros like add in like retroactive shit. All right, best analogy I got.
Write anything of substance.
Okay. Like I said, I think it comes down to a difference of opinion. Don't worry, I'm not gonna like fucking release this call, or I'm not gonna do some fucking video. I don't do commentary shit anymore. I don't give a fuck about this shit anymore. Quite frankly, I think the current state of the commentary community is garbage. So I want no involvement in it. But I'm just telling you how I feel about it. This seems dishonest. That's just where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
I don't know, dude. I only ever did this with the best of intentions. I would never hand anyone something that I thought was sketchy. Like, I really didn't try to do that. It was all to try and support the girl, and it ended up not being that at all.
He says that, but then he turned around when this was all blowing up, and rather than just admit that he did write parts of that article, and when he says it was her idea to come forward, yeah, it was John Swan that was telling her how to do it. Option 1, option 2. Like, so blatantly dishonest. It never changes with.
I tried to limit my involvement, and I was brought up again out of the blue, and I didn't even want anything to do with it.
Yeah. At the very least, I think it's safe to say we could probably both agree that after everything you've been through, you probably should have, like, as soon as this was brought to you, like, yeah, I don't want to be involved.
It's easier said than done, though, right? If someone comes to you about a former friend and drops some, like, oh, he grew me, etc., like, it's really hard to just say nothing and like, oh, I'm not going to get involved.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, let me clarify that it hasn't been something to this extent, but I've like, yeah, I don't want to take part in that. I've definitely turned people away. Like, yeah, I don't want to be involved in that.
I don't know if I.
And in fairness to you, the things I've turned away haven't been like as severe of an allegation, but still, I've definitely turned things away where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to take part in that.
Yeah, I get you.
Ultimately, when you do stuff like this, you're putting your own reputation on the line. So you have to
once
really
again,
think
though,
these things through
well, actually, I never like I was not involved directly in this like in any significant way. Like this was me getting them in touch with other people, and them sending me little bits and going, "Is this fun?" And that was the extent.
Okay. All right.
Like that was literally. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like it's been like a fucking roller coaster of a day, and my fucking mind has been going 1,000,000 miles an hour, and
yeah, I would imagine so.
I don't know. It's definitely been very stressful, but yeah, I don't know.
Well,
probably the streams as well. It's probably shit I could have worded better as well. It's always how it happens when you go on stream. That's fucking.
That was a pretty big fucking stream to go on to get dragged onto, right?
Yeah. So that's just fan-fucking-tastic, but.
All right. Well, I mean, at least you know where I stand, you know?
Yeah, I get you. I don't know if I agree with everything you're saying, but hopefully, like, I don't know, you get a little bit more context into what was happening.
Okay.
Look, if it's... I don't know, was that a private call? Why the fuck was Tipster recording? You know, whatever, man. I don't even care. Sounds fun, bitch. Do whatever you want. But guys, I promised my wife I'd spend some time there tonight. Someone. Oh wait, hold on. Get this tip. I was like, oh no. Happy Hump Day! Cannot wait for the NFL draft tomorrow. Welcome back, John Swan. Back to relevancy to a dead ass online career. My advice: delete your channel, therapy, get the fuck away from Twitter. Your career is over. Done. Zip. I have a GN. Well, Champion Lambo, thank you for the 420. But I don't think he can quit. He's got that apartment, and I doubt he has any genuine. Because I thought maybe I'm wrong. I thought John Swan either didn't go to school, or since like blowing up on YouTube, he's been doing time. Ergo, like getting self-yeeted off the platform probably isn't a feasible strategy for him. But yeah, I mean, as far as getting therapy goes, I think that definitely makes sense. First, I don't know. Anyways, all right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for another stream. Really appreciate it. We'll be back here Friday. Streams then. But again, I gotta go. I apologize, we had to start a little bit late tonight, but I again got to do the husband responsibilities. So anyways, guys, I'll see you here Friday.